Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jim of the Fuzzy, and welcome back to Stellaris. When we left off, we were in the middle of a nice colonization spree, and the cost of colonization did a very good job of reducing our influence down to, well, almost nothing. However, because our influence is expanding, well, not influence in the sense of this, but we are getting more population and more planets, and that means that our borders are starting to poke out further. We can come in here and dismantle this frontier outpost. And as a result of dismantling this frontier outpost, we will now be gaining one more influence per month due to not having to pay the upkeep for it. Which is another reason I want to start looking at colonizing over in this region, because we do have two more frontier outposts over here that I would like to do something about eventually. But, as is, it's time to unpause and see where things go. Or just about. We do have a couple of sectors, and yes, they both seem to have leaders. It was worth considering whether we wanted some of our other, well, actually, before we go any further, we do have quite a few minerals. We can come over here and build a spaceport. That will help us with our upgrades for the moment. And even though we're paying the energy upkeep of 2 colonies right now, which is 16, we still have +6. This sector is just doing so much for us right now. It's amazing. And one of our leaders has leveled up. Probably one of our department heads. You have a building that's doing nothing because the population is still growing. Okay, yeah, you're starting to pop there. Okay, good. And can we upgrade you into a physics lab? No, we cannot. Oh well.
Anomaly found.
Anomaly found. 0% failure risk. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Susta 2, practically begging for some archaeological work. Where is Susta? Right there? Alright, let's research. Let's see what it finds. Well, this is outside our borders. It, 3 energy from that star. Not bad. It's not that far outside our borders. Nothing in here that we don't know anything about those planets, so... Neutron star. Whoa, what's there? Well, it's queued up to fine. But if we have Cursa, we can add, we can create a sector over here, which we can then devote to scientific research. Then the spaceport's almost done. So we can definitely start increasing the size of our fleet again, which will be nice to do. I would like to...
Construction complete.
Yeah. Can dismiss you. You're almost done. And your surface queue's done. Okay, good. Yeah, spaceport here. Abandoned amusement park. The structures in Susta 2 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Ligarak notes that the many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Stellarians, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Intriguing, and lots of society and engineering research gained. Useful. Get a spaceport upgrade though, that'll be nice.
Colony established.
Colony done. You... Give me a spaceport. I'm putting some missile ones up here for, I guess, longer range combat purposes. They're not going to be as effective as our homeworld one is, but eventually.
System survey complete.
System survey complete. Alright. Good. Almost done here. And what is supposed to have first? Just 3 power. So, not much of value.
Colony established.
Good. Spaceport. Build. Planet summary. Okay. That's interesting. The sector governors give their bonus to the entire sector.
Construction complete.
That's useful to know. Construction complete. Fine, you're done. Anything else we want to build here? Synchronized defenses. Maybe later. Oh. Ancient drones awaking. The drones woke from their slumber and descended to the surface of Junium Prime. Attempts to communicate were met with polite dismissal as they set out terraforming a small area of the planet. We do not know the nature of whatever ancient directive they are executing, but does not seem detrimental to the colony. The drones remove a random red blocker from the surface, leaving the planet otherwise untouched. Is it Sector 3-2? So we go here. That'd be the... would that be the deep sinkhole? No? Just that. Oh. I guess whatever works, right? Let's go upgrade that spaceport. Get some more fleet capacity. Although I'm pretty sure that sector will handle size upgrades itself from now on. And we should start stockpiling for... well, maybe not yet. We can probably wait a little bit, but... level 5 spaceports are expensive, aren't they? I think they are. 850, and we're gonna have to build 6 of those, so that's...
Anomaly found.
A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this moon once. Yeah, why don't you go find out what that means? There still would have been a failure risk on most level 5 scientists, but he has the careful trait, so... 850 times 6 is halfway between 800 and 900, so go about 5k. So, yeah, we should start saving, at least a little bit. That would be about little over, called for the Great Pyramid. The science team of the observation station orbiting around Gelad has not reported anything substantial well. That was until a young scientist stationed on the facility sent an encrypted message blaming her colleagues of misconduct. The crew reportedly descended upon the planet and proclaimed the chief scientist as a deity to locals. Not only that, but they made them construct a holy monument in his honor. The resulting pyramid now stands on the planet's surface, locals worshipping it and presenting it with offerings. I don't want to... Where are they at? They're in the Bronze Age. That'd be bad. So we can call it a prank, and they'll bounce forward one age, and we can hope there won't be any consequences. I suspect there will be. We can kill 25% of their population. Oh, it gives them 2 food. That's... Or we can recall the team and scrap the project, which will knock them back into the previous age, which I don't want to do. What is there? Collectivists and fanatic spiritualists there. So they are all fanatic spiritualists and collectivists. Let them... We can't... I suppose we must consider that we told them to watch over this, and they must have taken it as their territory to do with as they see fit. We did not give them clear orders. So we will not punish them this time. However, let's hope nothing terrible happens as a result. Asteroid collision. A large Minoan asteroid collided with Third 2A at some point during the previous 1,000 years, which must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the moon in the vicinity of the impact crater. Fortuitous event. Well, that system's starting to look better and better all the time.
System survey complete.
Too bad we can't colonize it. Maybe there'll be something in a nearby system. We do have crystalline entities here. So I'm going to say, so in the first star flock over here, and then have it return home. Reason being, I want to survey this entire system, see if there's anything worthwhile here. Be Crystal Sovereign. Be Crystal Sovereign. Yes. That's not a terrible system. It's not an awesome system, but it's not that terrible. And I think we should add it to the Junium sector. Yeah, that makes sense. To the Junium sector. And I think Gumnar's leveled up. Sepus Prime, I suppose. Upgrades that need to be done. Basic Science Lab, turn you into an engineering facility, and turn you into an engineering facility. And you're building a power plant. Virtual Combat Arena there, and Hyper Entertainment Forum there. Good.
Research complete.
We have completed targeted gene expressions, plus 1 trait points, and xenocavalry. Now, oh, hello. Combat training will reduce army upkeep. We have a lot of things here that we could research. Meseric filtering is relatively cheap and will increase habitability on all these worlds that we're currently not doing that great on. Naval capacity increase would be really good, but because of his military theory trait, he is giving us a higher chance of those coming up in the waiting. In addition to that being really low level. Continental colonization. I don't know what our I don't know what our ability to colonize those is. Species, right. Looking at species, we have the desert preference. Continental is at 40%. So while we might get some value in colonizing it, I doubt that right now it's as good of an idea as getting the habitability. Also, I think we should look into upgrading, not upgrading, but expanding our fleets a little bit. This has 5 destroyers and 23 corvettes. Total 28 ships. I would like to have 10 destroyers and 25 corvettes in each of these. However, I am just going to build the corvettes for now, because we do have the corvette assembly yards, and I would like to upgrade our spaceports before we get to the issue of building destroyers. So Vol'Tol is also, and this takes 6. Alright, 6 ships built. Vol'Tol, however, has a lot on the surface that needs upgrading. Biolab level 2. Engineering facility level 4. Engineering facility level 4. And level 4 engineering facility. This already has it. Chara. Level 2. Vol'Tol. Engineering. Mining network. Mining network. And this would be an engineering facility level 1. Impressive. I suppose at the end of that we should just do another hydroponics farm. Or maybe not. Let's add a basic science lab here. And then, do we have anything else we want to add? Not yet. Power plants are never a bad way to fill things up.
Anomaly found.
Ancient drones reaching for past skies. The old drones fitfully dormant on Genome Prime's moon have become active again, and their work is a mixed blessing. Under the cover of night and spotty airspace surveillance, they've erected the framework of some gigantic structure a short distance away from our primary settlement in Genome Prime. Our engineers are convinced it's the realization of some outmoded concept known as a space elevator, perhaps common sight in times before we Tolarian first took to the stars. It will eventually have to be raised as it stands in the way of our expansion plans for the colony, and bringing it down safely will take some time. At least our engineers are giddy with excitement of prospect of studying the thing up close. So, 20% less minerals generated from that planet. Ouch. No, 20% less minerals generated total. Major ouch. But a whole lot of engineering research gained. And we're receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Research it. 0% failure chance. Governor leveled. And there's the anomaly. I want to change my scientist. Look at that. Even with careful, it's still at a better than 1 in 4 chance of failing. And change its scientist to that. This will have a 5% failure chance once he hits level 5. Ancient survey marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Fleet 32. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here.
Construction complete.
Spaceport done, fine. Ships upgrading, good. And a toxic world.
Complete.
Toxic worlds are no fun. We can't colonize those. Where are you going to next? Right there. I'm hoping there's something.
Construction complete.
Chara Prime is done. I'm hoping there's some. Yes, do it.
Evading hostile fleet.
In a tropical world. I was just saying, I was hoping there was a planet we could colonize here. There is. But now where do we send it? This seems to be good.
Evading hostile fleet.
Okay, fine. We'll survey you. I want to survey this because I'm curious. And survey that. And that. And that. And that will give us a good deal of, now go away.
Research complete.
Physics lab's done. 3 dimensions, inextricable from the 4th. Well, quantum field manipulation for tons of extra power. Strategic resource. That seems worth getting. Or we can get the power hub that we keep passing up. Faster colony development speed. While that would be nice, I'm not sure we need it. The etheric gas refining. So that's the etheric gas. What does the etheric gas refinery? More potent shields. That is definitely worth looking for, given how many shields most of our ships have, and getting an extra 20%. Let's see if we can find anything. Best case scenario, we have a mining station already around one of those. We've leveled up a scientist. We actually go look at our leaders. We should give these guys a couple more minerals. That'll work. And these guys could use a little more energy and a little more minerals. Speed up development. Governor has leveled up. Congratulations. Anyway.
Construction complete.
Simulate. New contact. We've received a communique from a previous unknown spacefaring empire that calls themselves the United Evandri Empire. They claim to have learned of our existence. Seen on. Okay. More listening communications. They are xenophiles, they are materialists, and they are collectivists. Not good. I speak on behalf of the United Evandri Empire, and I bring you greetings. Our great leader, Empress Lifris I, is pleased to have made contact with your unique species, and look forward to an exchange of culture and ideas. Star Empire, and their erudite explorers. This is Skark speaking. Alright. Where are they? Way up there. Interesting. And we have this empire over here. Galaxy is much more crowded than I thought.
Evading hostile fleet.
Space amoebas. Fine, come survey that. And then that. The Recordant Hierarchy. I speak on behalf of the Recordant Hierarchy, and I've been authorized to bring you greetings. As long as you stay out of our internal affairs and treat your great leader, Emperor Trek the First with reverence, I see no reason for diplomatic relations to start. They're not collectivists and militarists, they are a hive mind. And once I had surveyed that system, maybe. Both of us are pathetic. They are neutral, mostly because of the new contact. But +3 yearly, so that means that's probably a xenophile trait. Yeah. That probably means, that's probably part of the reason they're getting at +3 when most people get at +2. These guys, do you have any... Yeah, these guys are +2. Neutral, no reason for a non-aggression pact. However, it's gone up 100 because of the relative power of our empires. Interesting. We are much more powerful than them. So if they thought we were diplomatically relevant, they would. Interesting. What about you guys? I would agree to a non-aggression pact and a defensive pact. Let us offer them a non-aggression pact. Yes, we would like peaceful relations with the allied Clavitic stars. Not going to invite them to an alliance yet. And don't want to vassalize them. And no. Cordial. They like us. Trust is capped out at 20%. When stop guaranteeing their independence, probably. Eventually. But see, with that much trust, they have come to really like us. So we now have a non-aggression pact with them. And I could set up something similar over here, but I don't think I'm going to. Anyway, it's time for this episode to end. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Jimbo the Fuzzy. Hope to